Hey, what is up, guys? It's Guiltspire here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. How y'all doing today on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon? Hope y'all are doing well. I know I am. With that being said, I got some spicy survivor builds for you all today, and we are going to show off the first build, demonstrating the potential of potential energy. For those who do not know what this perk does, after working on a generator for 8 uninterrupted seconds, press the activate ability button 2 to activate this perk. When this perk is active, repairing the generator will charge this perk instead of making the generator progress. For each 1.5% of generator repair, the perk will gain 1 token up to 20 tokens. While this perk has at least 1 token and you are working on a generator, you can press the activate ability button 2 to consume all the tokens and instantly make the generator progress by 1% for each token. The perk then deactivates. There is some downside of if you lose a health state or you do miss a skill check. Lose a health state, you lose all tokens. Missing a skill check, you'll lose some tokens. However, big howevers here. Kind of taking a look at it and trying to figure out like what's the best build to really work with potential energy. And realistically speaking, I think it comes from using Prove Thyself with another survivor on the gen. Because both you get the benefit of Prove Thyself, you then also, if you didn't look at the build, have Overzealous and Resilience. With those two together, it does impact the speed in which you gain tokens with potential energy. i.e., by the time of just Prove Thyself and the potential energy, after I think it was like 35 seconds of time spent, you will progress the gen to around like 61 seconds. So that's huge value there alone. That's like 36 seconds saved. However, when you throw in Resilience and Overzealous on top of that, I haven't done the math yet, but it feels mighty spicy. So I am very excited. Excuse me. I don't think it works with Hyper Focus, however, hence why we don't have Hyper Focus on this build, but we do see another survivor behind us, Vito. My friend, let's go find a gen, shall we? Oh, there's a... No, that's not a gen, but there's a gen in here. I think that's a solo gen, though, is the only thing. All right, where are we going, friendos? Wanna find a gen that we can work on together. Though, it sounds like the night is near. Hello, Dwight, me boy. I'm gonna jump on a gen with you. Alright, so we're gonna leave. I was trying to give Dwight access to that pallet, but unfortunately he was not able to use it effectively. We'll jump on the gen here. We really don't... Ooh. Actually, I'm going to leave now. Sounds like he is on us. He shoved a person in front. I mean, we're just going to leave here, realistically speaking. We do want to keep an eye out for totems for later. Ideally, we want to use overzealous when we're injured already. That looks like thrilling tremors, if I did say so myself. No totems here, though. Thrilling tremors has since ended. Yo, what's up, Cam? How you doing today, friend? Hopefully you're doing well. I'd like to try and find... I think using potential energy by yourself is a mistake. I think that it is like Prove Thyself, where it's best suited for cooperative actions. And right now we are struggling with that. We don't see anyone going for Dwight just yet. We might want to head over there shortly. Doing great. How are you liking New Killer? Honestly, I really like them. I think there's a lot of potential for variation in one's personal playstyle, which is something that we haven't really seen in a lot of killers, because eventually there's always a most effective playstyle, right? Whereas if you want to be good at this killer, you have to play this way. I think prior, like, the most variation we see is like maybe killers like, you know, Plague, maybe Doctor, stuff like that. But this one has such a wide variety of variation, I feel. So I am very excited in that regard. I will note he did have throwing tremors, meaning that he does know that we are on this gen. They do hear tear radius. He will know we're here. So far, though, no sign of him. Unless he has Tinkerer. Unless you do have that Tink. Looks like they are immediately onto a healed survivor, though. Twins, to some degree. I would not say that Twins has, like, a wide variety of different playstyles, due to the fact that, like, there is a quote-unquote best playstyle, where I think that there's equal value to each playstyle here on the Knight. I think this will... Ooh. So we want to stay away from that detection range. And the funny thing is, they actually placed that really well, because someone will probably get tagged for the hunt. That they're basically two killers at once. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is, I think that a lot of people are using their power very aggressively, and I think they need to be used a little bit more reactively. I'm going to play a bit of the Knight later today, but I think that there is actually a playstyle that I think is going to be really, really effective, and that is going to be using the Jailer, as well as... Hi, friend. You want to heal you? I'll heal you. I got Leader, too. Let's crank out the gen. Alright, so this is going to be a good example of when to use potential energy. Because now we got Prove Thyself, we're going to start getting some stacks pretty quickly here. Already at 6, 7, 9, 10. We are going to have to go for this unhook here, I feel. 15. Okay, Dwight's going for it, that's fine. We'll use our potential energy. That's an additional 20% on the gen then and there. Dwight Doe did a great job of going for that unhook, meaning that we can finish this out. New exposed perk on Nurse. I don't see how people are getting hubris to work on Nurse. If people are studying Nurse, props to them, A. But B, why are you throwing pallets against Nurse? That's insane. Like, you're really wanting to focus on those double backs in the corner or edges of maps. There's no reason for you to be dropping pallets on Nurse. I definitely see hubris being huge on, like, Demogorgon. You know, run demo with Enduring Spirit for hubris. I think that makes a ton of sense. Looks like the Knight is going back for the unhook. I will take the hit there, trying to see what things I have available to me here. Answer is not much. Yeah, I got no pallets, no nothing here. Honestly though, I'm fine with this due to the fact that we are on 0 hooks thus far. Dwight being here is an interesting choice. It's not like he has a flashlight or anything. Maybe just wants to take chase. It's an odd choice, and he's going to also be hunted by the Carnifex, which only moves at 102.5%. So it's not going to be a huge deal if he is in chase with the Carnifex. All he has to do is really hold W, and he'll be able to get away. Well, that's what I was saying. Hubris, Enduring, Spirit Fairy on Bubba, Billy, on Demo. Really good options. And you can throw it onto an M1 too that does not have an Insta-Shred, right? Okay, so we now do have a really nice ability. I will take a partial heal from you two. That way I can actually potentially get multiple uses out of this med kit. All right, thank you. We got our med kit in hand. We need to find a gen, however. There's 99. I hear a gen could be in library. Let's find out. Nope, it's right next to us in another room. Yeah, unfortunately, I had a feeling he might end up on us. I'm gonna try and take him away from gens, but that's gonna bring him towards the hook. Okay, so he's trying to bring out one of them. That's unfortunate. No one else is here. Yeah, they're not going for him just yet. Okay, they are now, but I think they're gonna be late is the problem. Yeah, they were. They were late on the hook. That was my concern there, that no one was going for him. And I think at this point we do end up dying. Unfortunately, I think survivors are playing a little bit too aggressively around the hooks. No, there's a certain order. So without any add-ons, it goes Carnifex, Assassin, Jailer in that order. With certain add-ons, it can go Carnifex, Carnifex, Assassin, Jailer, or Carnifex, Assassin, Assassin, Jailer, or Carnifex, Assassin, Jailer, Jailer. All valid options. Well, Dwight definitely got screwed there. We need to hit a great skill check for to 99, let alone even get a full heal. We're not gonna get a skill check, are we? I didn't get the great. That's unfortunate. No idea where he is. I got a gen here. I guess we can start working on this. We do have resilience, so we could use our potential energy. Need to leave. I need to leave. So he's on us now. There's actually a really good loop for him once he gets his power up. We're just dropping here. Are you just gonna bloodlust us? Like, what is going on, friend? Do we have a pallet anywhere? No, most of them have been thrown. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of these chases have just happened in bad spots and not really lasted all too long. And so a lot of pallets have been thrown, a lot of resources gone. And unfortunately for us, I think that there will be for the end for us at least. Well, especially with some of the add-ons, like for example, there's an add-on that if you use the assassin, any survivor outside of 36 meters will scream. Astarva did a really cool video on that. Or all survivors within 24 meters of an unbroken pallet when using a Carnifex will be revealed to you and their auras. Really slugging here, bud? I gotta say, don't slug. Kill me now. Yep, so some of the major differences between the Knight's Guard is the Carnifex is the fastest when it comes to breaking or damaging objectives. So, you know, think of Brutal Strength. Assassin, though, is the fastest with 110 sprint speed. So they're going to be better in chase, and if healthy, will apply a deep wound status effect. Jailer, on the other hand, has a larger detection range, and thus can detect further away, but also has a longer duration on their patrol. All right. Oh, this match I think is going to take a bit, so we're just going to move on to the next one. Normally I like to sit here and wait it out, but it's going to be a hot minute. Since we have a little bit of time before our first ad is run, let's actually do a match of killer. Let's get us some Q. That way you guys don't miss much. I am going to switch up our build just a little bit because I actually had a few thoughts here on what we can do differently with the Knight. So for slowdown, I am thinking of going with Sloppy Butcher. For regression, I am going to go Call of Brine. And there is a reason for this. Actually, do you want to go Sloppy or Scourgehook? Let's go Scourgehook. Let's go Scourgehook. Let's go Brutal. Let's go... Jailer's better for patrolling. However, here's how I think the Jailer is best used. Guarding generators. So, the Jailer is going to be able to sit in front of a gen, regressing to Call of Brine for 24 seconds base kit. With a brown add-on, you increase that by 6 seconds, moving it to 30. That's half of Call of Brine's time, i.e., the gen will be regressing for 200% until they move the Jailer, touch the gen. So, the way that I'm thinking of it as is that this is going to be a build really centered around the Jailer and getting value off of them. I think that the Carnifex and the Assassin can still do what they do, and this build can be really good and really significant because it basically forces survivors to leave the gens for 24 seconds where they're going to be regressing at 200% speed during that time. It is huge. I don't think they're an S tier. I don't think that, because there's a lot of ways to work around this strategy. For example, if let's say 2 survivors are near the gen I kick, one of them activates the Jailer, runs away. The other one grabs the standard, stopping the hunt, and then just touches the gen. Or, you know, touches the gen, then grabs the standard. And because the Jailer moves at 102.5 speed, it's very unlikely they're going to catch up to the survivor. Now, there might be add-ons that increase their speed. Let's see. Do we have anything? Hemorrhage, Detection, Great Hunt. Escapes Great Hunt without being hit 3 times. That gains undetectable for 25. Meh. Carnifex multiple times. Length of patrol path. Oh, movement speed is increased by 25%. Is that only during the patrol, though, is the question. That I don't know. Guards, the Jailer POs twice in a row, so that actually is really beneficial to my game plan. Increased amount of time a guard will hunt a survivor, so that's actually a bit beneficial. I think overall they are an M1115 with some really unique playstyle. I think it is actually very early to place them in the tier list. However, do I think they're S tier? No. They don't do anything broken like Spirit, Nurse, Blight, or even Artist in many cases. I think that, if anything, they are potentially a worse Artist with some more bells and whistles. I think they could be like maybe B tier, maybe low A if someone finds the right play style, but that's a big if. So we'll have to wait and see. But as we are sitting here, do want to give a quick heads up to those who are not subscribed. We are going to go on a 1 and 30 second ad break in just about 1 and 30 seconds. So I just want to give you a heads up. You're not going to miss anything. The queue times for Killer are quite long, hence why I kind of did it strategically right now, so we could get a bit of time in while we are waiting. Cycle through Assassin twice. Increase moon speed while on patrol by 9%. Detection range on patrol. The amount of time it takes for guards to complete their order action by 25%. Big meh there. Increase patrol time by 6%. So it doesn't look like they have one to increase the movement speed while in chase during hunt. Though, big though, this could impact that, but it seems it's more focused towards patrol and not hunt. It has some really good perks, especially the perk where you break a gen, reveals all neighbor survivors. Yeah, that one's actually really cool. I think that has a lot of potential with like Scourge Pain Resonance, for example, Eruption. I think that has a lot of cool synergies as well. Like if you run Brutal Strike, not Brutal Strike, Barbecue, Nowhere to Hide, Scourge Pain Resonance, every time you hook, you basically see everyone's aura. There's a 8 meter margin where you don't. It's kind of insane. So I think there's some really cool things that you can do with Nowhere to Hide. Do I think it's like a fantastic perk? Not really. I think the best perk out of the Knight's Kit is Hubris. And strictly on killers that can really capitalize off of it. Thinking like Wesker, for example. Thinking Spirit with certain add-ons. Thinking, killers that also use perks like Enduring Spirit Fury. I think Hubris can be a really synergistic piece to a overall build. Does it heighten things beyond what they already were? Not really, but I think it is a really cool combo piece, more or less. I don't think it is as defining. It is cool. I don't think it's great. Unfortunately, like the amount of time it takes between screams is like 30 seconds. So I think you really need to use that on specific killers. So thinking Doctor, when getting people into tier 3, they're going to scream more, meaning that they can't do things. I wonder if doing that would interrupt Snap out of it when they try and tier down out of Madness tier 3. I think also Cenobite is a potential cool killer to use that with because it takes around 6 seconds to solve the puzzle box. You can then increase that, I think, by an additional like 4-6 seconds to put it to 12 seconds, meaning that if they are being interrupted by Chain Hunt, if it is active, then they might not be able to solve the box all too quickly. I think that's a really cute thing to do as well. Other than that, I feel like it lacks a lot of value otherwise, unless you synergize with it in some way, shape, or form. Do we want to go Cold Steel Manacles for 2 jailers? I don't really see a reason why we shouldn't. However, you know what we haven't done though? We haven't done a Mori. So let's grab a Cypress Memento Mori. Why the hell not? Queue times are a bit long, as you can tell. I think I've been sitting here for like close to 8 minutes at this point in time. But it'd be cool on Oni. How so? Can you explain how it'd be good on Oni? See, I don't really see like the value there unless it's for like information, and even then, I don't know. I look at it from a lens of my own experience and playstyles to where I feel like a pretty good game sense, and because that a lot of information perks kind of fall flat and or are a lot of times redundant. There are times where they aren't. However, let's run the Cold Steel Manacles, and let's also run actually, if we're gonna be running Jailer often, Lightweight Greaves plus Cold Steel Manacles seems pretty good. Infectious Fright plus that perk. I don't know. I'll have to think about that a little bit. I think if you're going Oni with Infectious, you're kind of going on a slug out plan, right? Which for the most part, I just really don't see much value in. I think Oni, in ideal circumstances, you want to be securing your down with your power before the halfway mark of your power's regression. And so you do that, you pick up, you hook. You find another healthy survivor, you hit them, you use your power, you find a healthy survivor, you down them, you hook. and you kind of rinse, repeat. So ideally, every time you find a healthy survivor, you're going for a unhealthy or a healthy survivor there after the hit. So that's kind of my playstyle, Phony. I know there are different ways to look at it, but the Mount Ormond Resort. Spawn logic would dictate probably there on the corner. So let's try and make our way through. Keep an eye out through that gap there. Yep, we were right. Hi, Nancy. How's you, friend? Bring me to the LT wall. We found Nancy. Let's let Nancy be busy over there with the Carnifex. Let's get you down. Scourge. Let's see if we can get her here. We do want Gift of Pain, if at all possible, I will say. Put you up. We have Assassin up next, which is really good for us. All right, Nancy's here. Hi, friend. What? Okay, Dead Heart, sure. That's fine by me. You want me to chase you? Sure. I mean, that wasn't a bad Dead Heart. I'll give you credit where credit's due. But what we'll do now... Let's hit this. Leave the Assassin to guard it. He's only going to be there for like 16 seconds, however. It's not great, but at least gives Colorblind a little bit of value before they do disappear. That's at the Jill. And now we have 2 jailers up next where we can get a lot of value. Did you think I wasn't going to be able to notice you, you freak of nature? Let's grab you onto the Scourge Hook. Yeah, that was a mistake, friend. Let's get you onto this Scourge Hook then. So I think we'll have 3 survivors on Scourge Hook. Nia, Jill, and Nancy. Ideally, we'll want to find the Feng Min. Alright, let's go kick this gen again. And then leave the jailer. That will also give us a 10% speed boost as well. That's actually really, really nice. Like, it's a short speed boost, but it's a speed boost nonetheless. That's very loud, though. I can barely hear a thing. Holy hell. Okay, jailer did find someone. So they're off the gen now. And they're on the Nia, who's still injured. That's huge. Let's interrupt the heal here and go for Jill. And they went down. Let's hit the gen again. Leave another jailer. I think this is the way to play if you're going for like a jailer strat. I have no idea where they went down though. I will say that. Like, it's around here. Other than that, I have no clue. I saw scratch marks over here though. Nancy. Dead hard. So I think this is actually a really cool strategy that like I initially didn't think about, but I really like a lot. Of Colorblind, leave a jailer, leave a Carnifex, leave an assassin, and just get raw value out of that. Because at the very least with the jailer and Carnifex, it's still like a good 14 seconds of time that Colorblind is uninterrupted. Thought process here, friend. You can't lock or save anymore. Oh, let's put you up there. Main is pretty well regressed, so let's just kick this gen, leave a Carnifex. Perfect. We see Nancy. Don't know why she wants to be chased, though. Actually, let's try and go for Feng Min. She hasn't been hooked yet, has she? Nia got tagged by the Carnifex. Let the Feng Min. The hunt has begun. Let's get you down. And looks like someone picked up the standard. I don't think that was the full hunt. Nice part is, too, since they have the mangled stats effect from Gift of Pain, it means that they are not getting healed while they're in chase with the hunt. Now, we haven't got any skill check notifications on that gen, so let's check the other gens. No one's here on this gen. Let's check the gens over here and also on main. Don't hear anything on main. Don't hear anything there. That's huge. Let's go for Jill, since she's out in the middle of nowhere. I don't like what a lot of people have been doing, or rather, I don't think it's as effective. Also, Lucky Break actually got some work in there. I have no idea where that went. I have no clue. That's Nancy. I don't really want to chase her. She's on Death Hook. Let's check the gens real quick. We do see Nia over here. Let's actually get a chase in. I was thinking about bopping the gen first, but we're good. Okay, head on. Sure. Assassin's here. Yeah, so that moved her off of that tile entirely. Good job. You got that from the buff. I think we're good to continue chase here. I think we're fine. She goes for window, she dies. And she realizes much too, so she faked. Good stuff. And now we're facing a wall. Also, Nancy, do you think I'm blind? Oh, there's Jill. Go for the pickup attempt. Let's hit Nancy. New Survivor perk's actually really cool. I'll show off more of their perks later. Going to pick up attempt on you. Jill is nearby. Could be in a locker. We got the hit. And then I think that they're tagged by the jailer as well. No, jailer may have actually gone away. Funny enough. A head-on attempt, maybe? Oh, I can't jump down. Interesting. Come here, Niami girl. The jailer and I have some words for you. Our Carnifex is up. And you are down. Or not. Game just robbed us. You do see him there. I don't think they make it in time, though. Nope. We're in the clear. Nancy does have Sabo based on what I've seen. So we're not going to go there. Ah, there's Jill. Let's go for you then, Jill, my girl. We do have the assassin up next, so actually this would be really good for this chase if she ends up at a tile. Push her off the tile. And we'll get the down. Now Nancy's probably nearby. Yep, on my left. Let's get you over to the Scourgeon Hook. We know that the Jenin Shack has a little bit of progress. We can hit a Call Brian, drop a Jailer, and let that regress some more. Let's do that. It's not even really worth it, but we'll do it just for sake of trying to utilize our power and play into our outs. Got this one as well. You think twins are better than the knight? I think that they are, in the fact that when Victor is on a survivor, they are unable to do anything. And I think that is a huge part of the twins kit. That though the knight definitely has something similar, it is not the same. Alright, so not there. This has no progression. Let's break this wall finally. I do see scratch marks going up here. Interesting. Interesting. Nope, scratch marks. Going where, though? I see a Nancy. So let's break this. There's a Jill here as well. Hello, Jill, me girl. You see Nancy from the Jailer. Jill's taking a hit as well. So now we have 2 survivors off of gens. So like there are moments like this where the knight gets almost as much value as the twins. She has dead hard. That's why she's running at the pallet like that. That's exactly why. Scratch marks over there. Don't hear footsteps. Let's just get you up on here. Ooh, good job, Nancy. That's actually a really good Sabo. I didn't even notice her. So instead of setting up for flashlights, he set up for the Sabo. Good stuff. That's breakout. That is absolutely breakout. You go for Nancy. And I don't need my sight in order to know where you're going. Let's go for Feng Min. Get her injured. Let's regress the gen because no other gens have been really worked on. Leave the Karn effects for 16 seconds. Where do you think they went? Those gens over here pretty much regressed in full. So I don't think they're over here. I think they're healing maybe upstairs, potentially. Leave the assassin this time. You see crows over here. There's Feng Min. Let's get it on Feng. We'll leave Nancy. I'm fine with this. Extend her chases out a bit. Jailer is up. She has to leave the tile now into an LT wall, which is going to be much weaker in comparison. Looks like Jill got caught by the Jailer. We'll get the down. And this will be the second hook for Feng. So everyone's on death hook now. We do see scratch marks here. Hello, Nancy, my dear. Good attempt there. Do you still play the LT wall? Jailer's caught Jill. And just barely there. Let's see if Jill gets hit so we can go for the double. Ooh, she was smart. She was smart to take that hit. But I think that there will be the end of this match. Put you here, and then I don't know if... Actually, let's try and get Nancy over here in case Jill goes to the corner. I think this might be the smart part. Yeah, so I think we do that. That way, if Jill's crawls to the corner like she is, then we do have a hook in between the two. Pretty sure the knight is the only killer that two hands a weapon. I think when you swing, the trickster uses two hands. Yeah. I want to say that's accurate. Plague one hands. Deathslinger technically two hands as weapon. And then Oni if his club. Other than that, coming up to a little bit of a loss. But GG, well played to these survivors. So I think this build works pretty well. I think we saw the value of Call of Brine there. Well played and beats them up. You know, it's the courteous thing to say. Let's see if we do have that the TTV is live. Rincewind 75. They are indeed. So we'll give them a quick shout out. Hashtag shout out. Rincewind 75. Did it work? I think it did. Did it? Do you see it in chat? I never know if that works or not. I swear. RINCEWNID _ I don't know if that worked. Did it work? Bubba and Hillblade technically two-hand their chainsaws. That's also true as well. That's also true. We'll drop a follow. Give them some GG well played. Always here to support other DVD content creators. And leave a lurk as well. Oh, apparently they have slow mode on where I can't send messages too quickly. I also will bring up their VOD because I always love seeing stuff later. Oh, the shout out did go through. That just took a while. That's odd. All right. Alright then, so I love the shadow thing. I actually really like it as well. The only downside is that it doesn't interact with pixel chat. His walking animation is unique, I'd agree. I want to play more killer, but the queue times are so long. I think we do a match of Survivor because they're pretty instantaneous. The only problem is that our ad is coming up soon. Okay, fine, I'll play killer. We'll use the time so I don't have to run an ad right away. It's loud as hell though, you can hear him coming from a mile away. Oh yeah, 100%. Which honestly, I'm kind of fine with, though I would say it would be interesting if they were to ever make it so that undetectable also makes it so that the sounds, like the natural sounds that killers make are also quieter. I think that is in some ways reasonable. You know, there are a lot of killers that are a bit loud at times. We're like, oh, I know who that is. At the same time, you know, there are those like Ghostface or Michael where it's so subtle anyways. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see and see if that is ever a change. But yeah, I really like this build. I think this works out really well. We kick the gen of Call of Brine. We then leave a jailer. We have 2 in a row now, so we can use them twice as often. Even leaving the Carnifex or the Assassin for the 14 seconds is still significant, as that's 14 seconds of 200% gen regression. And we saw it a few times where they did get hit or caught by the guards. Actually, for a Huntress or Lola Bakes are being untitled pointless. Yes, that is just a thing with range-based killers. I'm still surprised, and this is still a change that I would really love to see, is Deathslinger, his tear rate is being reduced to 24 meters, and him getting a lullaby similar to Huntress. Obviously not, a Huntress lullaby, but a lullaby nonetheless, very much like Trickster. Trickster having the most unique lullaby out of them all, as it basically works on a bell curve. The farther away you are, the quieter it is, and then it peaks when he's basically on top of you. Then it peters off again. It's a really unique lullaby. And then Freddy is just the tear radius lullaby when you're in your dream world. Which I'm still hopeful that they make the dream world more relevant at some point, but knowing that he's an IP killer makes it very unlikely, unfortunately. 'Tis unfortunate indeed. But yeah, I like this build. I think that I could arguably change Gift of Pain for Sloppy Butcher, and it would be just as good in some ways. Main reason being is because there are a lot of times where survivors can incidentally take a hit from my guard and lose Gift of Pain. And if anything, if I were to survivors, I'd use that strategically. At the same time, Sloppy Butcher is already going to be off by the time they get healed, which applies Gift of Pain, so a give and take there. A country song. I'm just thinking like a western, do 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 do, so like that, like an old western whistle. I think it would be fantastic. It would be, the old western high noon whistle. I think it'd be really cool. Maybe one day, or just like hum, a western song or something to that degree. I think there's a lot of potential there that for some reason behavior hasn't used in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know why, but, they make their decisions a certain way for whatever reason. Oh, I completely forgot to Mori them. I think Jill was Moriable if I had left her on the ground, wasn't she? I done did forget about... Actually, I think both of them were. Yeah, I just needed to wait for the Nancy to die on hook. See? Oh well. Trying to remind me at the end of this match, if at all possible. Outside of that though, Brutal Strength still feels good. At his core, he still is an M1 115, and I think since I'm using Brutal 9 times out of 10, I think that we want to be the one breaking the pallets rather than using the Carnifex. I think we use the Carnifex, block off one side, push them back in towards the Carnifex, then break pallet. Or if they just leave tile, then that works too, right? So I think that between us being able to force a W key scenario, in addition to be able to break the pallet very quickly, I think that Brutal Strength makes a lot of sense. Aside that, I think that this is probably like one of my ideal builds based on the restrictions that I've given myself. A gen regression perk, a slowdown perk, corrupt intervention, and a utility perk. Not wanting to use just a meta build. Because I wanted to use a meta build, then I'd probably go like corrupt intervention, Colubrine, Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, or corrupt intervention, Colubrine, Eruption. Then leave a jailer while Colubrine is still regressing, or off a Scourge Hook when Colubrine's still regressing. So I think there's that playstyle as well. Well, overall, I like the Knight. I think he's really cool. I think that, like I said, he's going to be one of the very few killers that has some really unique playstyles across the board. And I think that is a really cool thing that, there could be two players that play him equally well, but play him completely differently. But we are getting to that point in time for a quick advertisement. So it will be run in about a minute 30 seconds. Once again, be another minute 30-second video, or ad rather. So do keep that in mind for those of you who are not subscribed. But no worries, you're not going to miss anything. We're just going to be chilling here waiting for stuff and things to happen once we finally get into a lobby. One of the 6 Morais. Yeah, it's really cool. I will say I really like the Morai. I think it is brutal. It's gruesome. It definitely is unique. I almost wish the jailer, like, instead of branding them, like, on the neck, I think I know why they did that, is because it's, like, the most exposed part on almost every survivor, so it makes sense to do it there because it's already revealed on almost everyone. I kind of wish, like, it was, like, in the chest or on the side, something. But I know that for the most part, most survivors have clothes over, and so it might seem a little bit more silly to do it over clothes. I can kind of, you know, understand that thought process, I do suppose. I'm gonna run that now, just like 30 seconds until it happens anyways. I'm gonna run it now, that way you guys do not miss anything. 2, 3 flash alarms, all right. Not really too worried about those. And now we wait for the ad to tick on down, so we're not going to ready up until then. Add-ons are still good. I really like the lightweight greaves. That increase in speed is actually really cool in my opinion. I like it a lot. I wonder what other add-ons I might want to like take a look at. Flint and Steels for the Carnifex. Healing, Assassin. I think those are like the major ones outside of the iridescent ones. And Murky Reagent, and of course our Cypress Memento Mori. For those of you in chat, try and remind me to use it, otherwise I will absolutely forget once again. Almost guaranteed. Alright. Got a bit of a tingle in my beard. To be fair, I haven't brushed it out recently, so that tends to happen when I don't. I like it when I don't brush it out because then it bunches together and it looks a lot thicker than it is. That's kind of how facial hair works, I suppose. But we are on the game. Actually, a really good map for the Knight, funny enough, because a lot of things you can do with the Knight's Guard. So I'm actually really excited for this, to try this out. I've played against the Knight on this map. I haven't played as him, though. No. Oh, I was gonna say no signs of the survivors, but I stand corrected. She might not make it there if we swing. Perfect. We actually see 2 sets of scratch marks. I think that's the Claudette there and then a survivor here. Let's go for the survivors on the gen. Oh, I thought for a second that was Lucky Break, but no, she just went upstairs. And dropped the pallet too. I don't entirely know why. But Assassin's up and ready for the next chase. So let's get her away from this door. Set patrol path. That's like that there's a really good example of like how to use them effectively. Good job there, but Assassin did get them. Funny enough. So we do got that. We're gonna wait for the Claudette, make sure she doesn't go for the standard. Yeah, that's what I thought. So let's get the hit on you. And let's go for the pickup on the Kate. Yeah, they're very aggressive on these flashlights. See if you dab for the dead heart. No. Friends, you know I can hear you, right? Like, are we just throwing at this point? Is that what's happening here? Like, I get it. Flashlight's funny. But come on now. Let's suck you here. So you got redowns. I was about to say, you really should go for that unhook. I'll let you too. Like, I could be mean and force the hook trade and then tunnel, you know, go for the last one off a hook. But I'll be nice here. Hi, Kate. How's you? I can't just leave you here now, can I? Okay, well, you go down for that. I think not. Do you think I was gonna fall for that thing, Min? Yeah, we'll go down for her, give them the chance to go for the unhook. Hangman will go down for it. Send the jail up there. I think that way we can walk through this pallet without any real concern. Perfect. Normally I'm really concerned about that pallet, but that worked out in our favor pretty well. Let's take a look at gen progression real quick. Oh, hi Kate. Found you again now, didn't we? We did not drop pallet. Interesting. Alright, we'll chase you here, sure. Ooh, look at you. Being all aggressive with that pallet. I like it, I like it. You have a pallet here. So now we just force her into the jailer. It looks like they're upstairs. So like that worked out perfectly. I think there's a survivor here for the flashlight setup. I don't think they get it because, you know, there's a thing called walls. We can just look at a wall and flashlights become the most useless perk in, or useless item in the game. All right, no real sign of survivors here. We could have used the Carnifex to break that a bit faster. We do see a survivor going for the unhook, so let's actually set up this. And now push Claudette into the Carnifex if at all possible. She wasn't really paying much in the way of attention, but we end up getting it anyways. Assassin's up next, which is going to be our best bet for this down at these tiles. That's actually huge, because we set up here. Honestly, I did that wrong. I forgot they can't really go backwards during night mode or guard mode. You have to mainly go forward, so we kind of messed up. But it's okay, we can reset here. That was the mistake. However, you are making questionable plays there, Kate, my girl. Questionable plays indeed. Oh my god, these survivors and their flashlights. This is one of the reasons why I say without any doubt that the flashlights are by far one of the most useless perks in the game. Looks like Soul Guard Unbreakable there. Really cute. Dead hard. Let the jailer go for Kate then. Sorry, friend, not gonna happen. Yep, we just set it up to where they couldn't do anything, even while carrying. That's fantastic. Like, that's a great example of how, like, the knight can do some really insane things. Face the wall. Moonwalking Fang, I appreciate. Another hit, though. Dead hard? Sure. You think I'm gonna go for another hit on you? You're dead wrong, Fangman. No more dead hard for you. We'll note that Claudette is here, because she healed within the boon. I'll just go over here. And we are golden. Oh, might as well head downstairs so we can... I guess they only completed one gen. Our general rule of thumb is if they complete less than 2 gens, then we'll let them get hatched. So we'll let them get hatched. Let you break that. We'll break the door. Match is right there. That's fine though. We'll leave it for her. If we kind of meander around, we find that they don't go for it, then we'll close it. See if they go for the exit gate instead. No breakable wall there. There's Claudette. Like I said, it's gonna leave her alone. Might as well utilize our Knights Guards on breaking duty. I think there might be a pallet down here that we didn't break because we kept them pushing them off of it. That's right. No, we already broke it. Never mind. But GG, well played to these survivors. Let's see. Yep, unbreakable, unbreakable. Oh, it wasn't a soul guard. Funny enough, it was an unbreakable into a dead hard. Okay, okay. Respect. Respect on the unbreakable dead hard play. I like it, I like it. Oh, it's got the double boon, as well as small game, and then an addy. Not bad. All right, well, let's move on to the next one, shall we? And I think we have time for a survivor match now. The queue time will be short enough to where it's going to be like in between the ads, so we'll run a survivor match. Maybe think of a build for some of the other perks that that they have. So we look at the other perks, right? We have here Fogwise. I think there's an obvious home here, and that's with hyper focus. So I think if we use Fogwise and hyper focus, we're aiming to hit those great skill checks a lot. We could also go a step further and go like, no, neither this is not happening instead of resilience, though I think that's a better build. No. Is it a build? Yes. Let's see. So Fogwise, hyper focus. Let's go. This is not happening. Or we could also go stakeout. Actually, you know what? Let's go stakeout. Let's go stakeout instead. And then I guess a fourth could be... Maybe just run like a sprint burst to round it out for an exhaustion perk. Yeah, let's do that. We'll bring a medkit. Yes, we could bring a Commodious. Let's do that instead then. We'll go with the wire spool and the scraps. And I think that's a pretty good build. So the nice thing about this is that with Fogwise, every time we hit a great skill check, we will activate it, which then reveals the killer's aura to us for 6 seconds. Ideally, we're aiming for great skill checks anyways, thanks to hyper focus, and thanks to stakeout, when we're hitting just good skill checks, as long as we have stacks of stakeout, we're making them great skill checks instead. So once again, the survivor perks are very synergistic with already existing perks and already existing builds. So, you know, Fogwise, hyper focus, stakeout, I think it's pretty good. You, like I said, could go the extra mile and go Fogwise, hyper focus, no, neither this is not happening. Which is also another option. As far as potential energy, we already showed off that build a little bit by using Prove Thyself, potential energy, resilience, and overzealous. You're able to get potential energy stacks very quickly when working off a gen with another person. After 35 seconds of time, which gets you 20 stacks, you're already going to be able to get the gen from 35 seconds all the way up to 61 seconds, so a gain of 26% for doing that, which is pretty insane. Nice thing about the game is that the killer can be below us and we're still getting stacks as well. For this season, yes. For this season, yes. Next season, no. So we normally give the perks and the killer a season to kind of settle in case of bugs. And it also gives us a good idea of what we need to ban, though we already have a pretty good idea of what we're banning. All right, let's hit this up. That's one, fog-wise, gives us some information. 3 stacks. All right, we did miss it there, but we will get another stakeout here. I mean, that's basically old object. Let's be clear. That's basically old object of obsession. We constantly see him. That's kind of insane. Like, if you use these 3 together, it's really, really good. I think I do want to leave a bit early here. We are getting stacks of stakeout as well. Oh, Fangmin out of nowhere. Didn't catch what he said. So for this season, no, they are not going to be allowed. For next season, yes. This allows the perks to kind of settle a little bit, as well as gives us a better idea of what we should ban. So no, they will not be allowed this season. Let's take them upstairs. We have a pallet here. Let's drop that. All right, friend, how do you want to play this? We're on the right side here. We drop here. Let's go downstairs now. We used God pallet up, so I don't want to use that. We could bring him back upstairs because I feel like most of the gens are down here. Stakeout getting a 4th stack. Yeah, we'll bring him over here to bathroom drop. This season's going to end in like the 1st, 2nd week of December. Should we make it back to the pallet? Might be a bit dicey. Spirit Fury Hubris. Nice job. Honestly, I mean, that's a good example of how Hubris can be kind of ridiculous. I'm not sure if there's Enduring there. At the very least, I, see Spirit Fury. So we do need to pre-drop pallets. That one was just close in general, due to, us having a tight loop. Jailer up. Yeah, 4 stacks of stakeout, which will be great for Fogway's Hyper Focus here. Would like to get a heal Fangmin in a really bad spot. I was seeing if maybe I could take the BT hit for her. We could not. And she goes down. Oh no, absolutely. It forces the survivors to play a certain way, which is, drop pallets early and be unremorseful in doing so. Now that I know that, it's probably not going to happen again. And there are really no gens up here, are there? There's the one that I was on. That's about it. Yeah, this pallet here is still... Let's go for a knock on you. A lot of people hate potential energy. I think it's really OP. It's ridiculous, actually. Sorry. Oh, that's right, we're using stakeout stacks. I was like, why? What's happening here? Why not heal me? He's not coming here. Well, so potential energy, the cool thing about it is that it interacts with perks like Overzealous and Resilience, which is something that what a lot of people aren't realizing. And it works really well with perks like Prove Thyself, because you can run Prove Thyself in conjunction with it. Oh, he's downstairs, good. So what you end up doing is you run Prove Thyself, potential energy, you use it on a gen of someone else, and so you're going to get 61 seconds worth of gen. Need to leave. 61 seconds worth of gen in 35. So it is nutty how good it is. Next Survivor match we do, I'll show it off again. I didn't realize that should not progress. You gain stack. Yeah, exactly. It's not good by itself. I feel like a lot of people are using it incorrectly, hence why they don't like it. I'm really hoping Jake is on the unhook. Is he gonna slug? Shoot. He might just slug out because they're so close to the hook. So I might be forced into a 1-for-1 trade. Yeah, there's camping. So that at least makes it so that's not a full 1-for-1, which I'm honestly kind of happy with. He gets hooked. I wonder if he camps it. Come on, skill checks. Oh, Jesus! Well, that's really unfortunate. I'm like, okay, where is he? He didn't come up the stairs there, so I was curious. Yeah, Fogwise told us very quickly where he was, and that was quite unfortunate. Fogwise also has a perk where if you get a great skill check. So that's Fogwise. That's what you're seeing here, Cam. That is the perk in the bottom of my my quadrant there. So that's why every time that I either use a stakeout stack, I get a hyper focus stack, but I also activate Fogwise. And basically, in my opinion, this is basically, with this build, old object. Like, I know where the killer is at all times. It is kind of insane. Come on, can we finish the heal, please, friend? Let's see if we can actually finish this gen. I'm on death hook, so I really want to hold on to the sprint burst if at all possible. But at the same time, I don't want to be near here because he knows that that gen's being worked on. I think we start working on bathroom gen. So this will give us good information to where the killer is whenever we hit a skill check. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a lot of stakeout stacks. We need to make sure we hit our grades. Hi, friend. So, little known fact, you actually lose your collision when the killer uses their hunt, they lose collision. Oh, there's nothing there. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I have no idea why he went there, to be honest. I'm gonna get moried. I think I'm gonna get a mori. Yeah, the mori is brutal. I love it. Jake freaking photobombing. Yeah, it's unfortunate we just did not have a lot of resources available to us there. We could have tried to play the corner next to the basement, but I'm not sure if it would have worked out all too well. This match is going to take a hot minute, so we're just going to jump into the next one. Normally I do like to watch none out, but not this time. And I think we're going to queue up for a killer match here, because we have 7 minutes before the next ad, so that'll be some good ad-free time in between. Other builds for the night. I think this is a really, really strong build built around the jailer. I think that the assassin build is also really cool. You literally can't pip in live servers or in the PTB. I'd imagine live servers, because why would you care about pipping in the PTB, right? Other playstyles, like, yeah, you could go double Carnifex. Yes, you could go double Assassin, Iridescent 4 instants on Survivor, and D-pips. That sounds like that might be a bug. If you got 4 iridescent emblems and you D-pipped, that sounds like a bug. So that might be a good old bug report. Maybe even check the forums and see if that's already been reported. because that seems a little bit unusual. You know, let's just go into Bloodweb and see if we can get some iridescent add-ons. Play a run of those. And we need to remember, we need to Mori the last survivor. Because we didn't do that last time because we let them go on purpose. We will grab some more of the lightweight greaves, as we do like those with my current setup. Entity goes down here. Sure. And then you go where? I guess we can grab this. It goes down here. We'll grab that then. Sure, sure. I've been iridescent 2 for a week and a half. I've done everything. Gens, heal, chases. I can't get a single pip. Yeah, that's really odd. I do not have a good explanation for why that might be. My biggest guess is that it's a bug, right? What's this one? Blacksmith Hammer. When a survivor escapes a hunt by any means, they become hindered and exhausted. Ooh, hindered is actually really relevant there, as that reduces the survivor movement speed. But if they're escaping the hunt, it's okay-ish. How much you play in a season, it's unnecessarily hard to pip. I think they don't make it easy, that's for sure. That is for sure. What other add-ons we're using? We're also using the Gold Steel Manacles. Let's see if we can also grab some of those, which I guess we do have some over here. And I'll move that to the next tree. We see some Cold Steel Manacles, but nothing else that we want at the tree here, so let's grab those. You're gonna go here. Let's force you down the tree instead of up. I think that is a good move on our part. Gonna get rid of more of the blood web that much faster. Entity. You know you're supposed to take the one at the end of the branch, right? Not the one in between. That was... The entity sometimes does that, and I still don't have an explanation for why. Add-ons wise, we're seeing some Skull Steel Manacles, but that's about it. Alright, let's let that tree go. That tree can go. That's good. Let's prestige the night. Yeah, we're not gonna see any purple or iridescent add-ons for a while now, so we'll just sit in the blood web since the queue's pretty long as is. Please, might as well. There's not much in the Survivor that we want. We have all the perks on the new Survivor, so no reason for us to get the perks on anyone else right now. As far as the killer, we could try out some of the new perks on Cenobite or Doctor. The new Scream perk, the Hex, that I do think has some merit on those killers specifically. The hard part is that I think it's going to be very niche value, and you know, it's more of a meme build than anything. It's the Scream build, right? You have Infectious Fright, you have Face Darkness, you run it on Doctor and try and get them into tier 3. I just realized you were TTV. Hey, what's up, Omega Shrimp? Were you in the last match by chance? I think you were the knight, right, on the game, if I am not mistaken. Either way, thank you much for stopping by saying hi. I am Mark, aka Guildspire. I'm an educational streamer here to teach Ghosts how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer. Very happy to have you here. Just in time as we are going to get a match of the night in. And then see where things go from there. Yep, I was one just got you in half the Excalibur. Yeah, I love the Mori. I'm also really, really excited for all the potential cosmetics they have. The biggest thing that I'm hopeful for right now with the Knight is that your cosmetic will change the look of the Knight's Guard. I think if they do that, that would be freaking amazing. I really do. I think that would be a huge, huge, huge thing. And I think it'd also, you know, only be applied to like legendary cosmetics. But if they were to do that, that'd be awesome. I'd be ecstatic. All right, but just as a quick reminder for those of you who are not subscribed, we do have an ad coming up quick. The good news is, after this ad, you guys pretty much aren't going to get another ad for the rest of the night, so don't y'all worry there. But that way it does help support me and this channel, so I do appreciate it. It'll be a quick minute and 30-second ad. That'd be sick, but I suppose that would make the price super high. Maybe it would be awesome, very rare Legend of Skirds. It'd probably be like a linked cosmetic, right? Well, I guess it would have to be like a linked cosmetic of some form for that to be the case. It'd definitely be legendary, so it would be, you know, as expensive as the legendaries normally are, which, in my opinion's fine, especially if they do get that additional benefit of, you know, changing the look of the Knight's Guard. I think, once again, that would be a really, really cool way to highlight the Knight and their cosmetics. But an ad will be popping up in just 10 seconds, so don't go anywhere. I promise it won't be long, and you will not be missing a single thing. And thought they should make a gladiator skin for the Knight. It would fit perfectly. Yeah, it would be. However, now that I'm here, I just wanted to stop by, wish you luck, and stream stuff. Remember to stay hydrated. Happy sayonara. Bye, Omega Shrimp. Hope you have a great day, and good luck in your matches. Oh, we run around out of blood points soon. Well, we are getting some of the add-ons that we do want, which is nice. And I guess I do have these iridescent shards to dump in as well. Hey, there's a iridescent one. Iridescent company banner. When this banner was raised, those who call themselves civilized ran and hid because all of their code and laws, they had nothing resembling actual strength. Let's read more and see what it does. While the survivor is hunted by a guard, spikes block the exit for the hunted survivor when that vault location is blocked for all survivors for the duration of the hunt. When controlling a patrol path, passing through vault locations will block these locations for 15 seconds. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not great in my opinion. It's not bad. I like it. It's cute. Alright, we'll let the entity claim it, however. It's not really something that I think I'd want to run, but it's cool. I'll grab it here, though. Yeah, let's go down. Yeah. Garden of Joy map offering. I'll never use that in my entire life. Do you see what I see? We found Rue! No frickin' way! Hold the frickin' phone. Is that actually Rue? Is that actually Rue? It might be. Hold the frickin' phone. Hold the frickin' phone. It is a Rue guard. Yes, it is. Yes! For those who don't know, Rue is a good friend of mine. He is my primary producer of RodCOTF. We have casted together for almost 2 years now. So Fight Him in the Fog is a very special treat, and we are going to make sure that we mori him. He is the last survivor to live, and he is the last survivor to die. That is how this works. I am thrilled with this. Oh, that is perfect. Retcha-chomp. Actually, not a bad map for the night, actually. A lot of really low tiles to work with the Knight's Guard. Most Auto Haven maps do have those really low tiles, so that's nice. We do see survivors over this away. And we're just going to put a patrol path there. And we're going to go back this way instead. Hi there, Rue. Don't mind the Carnifex. He is very friendly. Do you have a pallet here? No. Good attempt there on the barrel. I like it. I like it. Unless he got that fat dead hard, he ain't getting nowhere. Let's get you up on hook. That's the gift of pain that I've bestowed upon you. We do have our jailer up and ready. You see them on this gen here. Let's check that gen there. Doesn't look like it, but we will hit this with a good old Call of Brine. Drop a jailer as well. Alright. Looks like they went into shack. Don't see a round shack? Ah, they're there. Push them off a shack into this really weird tile, actually. What are we doing here, friend? Alright, let's get you down. Break the pallet. The jailer has done their 60-second, or not 60-second, 26-second patrol. Let's get you onto another Scrooge Hook Gift of Pain. Can we actually reach there to interrupt the heal, potentially? We might be able to, because of Gift of Pain and the hemorrhage step. Doesn't look like it, unfortunately. That is a survivor. We're playing the LT wall now. There's Revolt. And then they are hunted by the jailer as well. So let's kick the gen. We'll let the jailer do its work. Carnifex is up and ready. Survivor is still injured. One on the hook as well. Let's get to this hook and then send out the Carnifex. That will grab them. So we'll go on to the healthy survivor. Perfect. Put you up on hook real quick. No, no. No, no, friend. No, no. That's not how this is working. Let's chase you then. Maybe have off the record. Trying to play spicy like that. Is not a good place for you to be, though. Yeah, I played that a bit awkwardly because of the positioning that we had, I will admit. Out the swing, though. Yeah, we'll just, even since they did a pretty good dodge there, we just make sure that they get no value by getting in front of the pallet, basically. This gen here is a bit of progress, so we'll call a Brine it. And then drop a jailer as well. At first. Let's interrupt that. Let the jailer do their thing so we can find the other survivor. And better yet, just break this for the hell of it. Interesting, did they pick it up while they were in chase? I did not realize the person in hunt could. Let's go for Steve. Hi, Rue. You have been unhooked twice now, so we cannot hook Rue. He is to be the last one out. Alright, we do see him over here. Looks like they touched the gen, but honestly, we're in chase with injured survivors, so I think we're okay here. They don't got much here. Let's chase this survivor. They're out in the middle of nowhere. We are dropping some packets, strangely enough. Onto a Scourge Hook you go. We also need to make sure Rue ends up off of hook. But yeah, now we don't hook him anymore. Let's check the gens. Let's go for you. A DC, it would seem. Jail will do their job. And let's pick you up. let's kick the gen, get Call of Brine going. Jailer's still around. That'll kind of help a little bit, though I think we have another Jailer coming up. So we'll just wait. No, it's a Carnifex. Never mind, though. Actually, it's still 16 seconds. It's still 16 seconds. That a Carnifex will camp that gen for us. Ooh, they're still getting gens, though. They are still getting gens. I have no idea which one of you this is. The good old Narnia tech, eh? Alright. We placed the assassin right before the pick in case there was a decisive strike. That actually would have worked out pretty well. Alright, where is the last two? Unfortunately, we might have to slug for the 4K. Like I said, I want to make sure we Mori Rue. That is my goal here. First off and foremost, Mori Little Rugard. And I promise you, it's with all the love in the world. No one's over here, so we'll check this gen now. What the hell? That's so odd. Are we, like, permanently carrying someone? Yeah, basically, I think the locker did that. Oh. I want a Mori Rue. Wait. Wait. Alright, let's get you up. And then we go back for Rue. We go back for Rue. Rue, I'm coming, buddy! I'm coming! There we go. Get into a good spot here, bud. It's actually my first Mori 2 with the Knight, so it makes that much more fitting. But say hello to Density, Rue. Love from Giltspire. I need to go to his chat.
Just normally I play Trickster, but I'm not gonna go to the PTB and play Trickster in pubs. They'll just literally all DC and be like, "Why are you playing Trickster?" Wow, I hate it here. Slugging for the report.
I had to, Moriyu. There was no way I wasn't.
I didn't realize it was Giltspire.
Oh.
I knew that first use of guard was too good.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Rue. You're a sweetheart. I appreciate you.
It was Giltspire. This nerd. No need to further repress the stress. There you go.
Oh.
Oh man. Anyway.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's me, I guess.
Oh, I am so happy that I found it. That's the first time I've ever found Rue in the Fog too. That was a must-have moment of, I'm sorry, I don't like slugging for the 4K, I never do it, but for that one moment, it had to be the exception. Time-wise, we have a good enough time for one last match of Survivor, I think. Potentially allowing us for another match of Killer as well, if we time things right. So we're gonna jump right on in. Trying to think of how to use their third perk. And it just, 24 meters in chase around gens. It's best for like multi-tiered levels, I would say, is the best case scenario with that. I think I'm gonna go back to the potential energy build. I think this is gonna be really good. We could also throw on like a Commodious or just a regular toolbox. If we had a Commodious, it'd actually be even better, but moot point. So I think just take a med kit, call it a day. Actually, no, let's grab a first aid, a gel dressing, and a bandage to boot to make this a 3-charge med kit. Offering wise, we'll bring a bloody parachuters. Why the hell not? All right. Hi, Monculaire Danes. If y'all want to join, let me know. What? Oh, me and Cooley. If y'all want to join. What? Like, the date? I'm very confused by this statement, friend. Like, are we going on like a DBD double date? Am I bringing my partner? Like, what is this offer about? I'm a bit confused. But it looks like the killer did bring a Mori of their own. Understandable. Oh, that was amazing. I'm so happy to have found Rue, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the VOD later. But yeah, I think that's like really how you run the knight and play the knight to a T. I think it's very anti-loop. I think it is strong in many ways. I think we saw a lot of potential there. Jump on a gen with me. Yes, do it. So we're gonna actually crank out this gen really quickly if everything goes right. Potential energy, we do. Ooh. Oh, Carnifex is on me. We're gonna hold W then, because he runs at 102%. So we should be fine here. I don't know why he did that, but sure. I'll heal ya. That's interesting. I didn't realize that they could body block, basically. That's very interesting. Okay. More twins-like than I thought. We need to get out of here. What are we doing here, bud? We're just gonna leave. Yeah, sloppy butcher. Okay. I think he tried to predict what tile I was going to play. Oh, this shack is horrendous. I don't like that because you can't see in it at all. There are no broken windows. You have to drop here. Let's see. They're still there. That's the jailer. You have another pallet. Yeah, that's unfortunate. There was not much we could do there. Interesting that my standard from the initial chase is still there. Funny enough, the Jane, who was also here, probably could have grabbed the standard just fine and ended it for us, but oh well. Well, if they're paying attention to the markers, they'll know Jane's in chase, but he's going back now. Just looking around, making sure no one's here. We do get a gen done. So honestly, not a bad chase. We got a gen, 2 gens out of it. So pretty happy with that. This gen's pretty well progressed as well. We'll see. Oh, you have to hold the button, friend. You have to hold the button. We'll see a kick. And I was about to say, I only see 2 survivors. Jane's coming here though. Oh no, Jane I think might get seen. Assassin just hanging around. Not really sure what that does here. Oh, no, I didn't see anyone scream either. I'll heal through sloppy. You'll get prove thyself value. Unfortunately, I can't 99 for resilience, which kind of sucks here. It was actually a great use of brew. She just gets raw brew value while we do this. We will not use energy, potential energy here. We're just going to complete the gen. Let's see. See where she's going. Oh, Knight's back there. Probably want to break away from Jane, as I imagine. I actually have no fresh clue where he's going, to be completely honest. No one's on the gen, which means that we can't really use potential energy to its fullest. Like I said, it's best paired of prove, lest you end up just not really getting a lot of value. If you have resilience or zealous, that'd be good too, but I currently don't have either primed. I haven't seen a totem, or at least not taken note of one. So we'll sit on the gen for a bit. We could 99 the gen, funny enough. There's a thought there. 99 the gen. Potential energy. Oh, this is just a nerf to pig. 99 gen. Grab potential energy. Just sit on it. So now we have potential energy. We have a pallet here. He's off of us, it sounds like, onto the injured survivor. We do not have any stacks. Oh, interesting. Did we simply just lose them, or because I deactivated it? Oh, interesting. Either way, Sprue Thyself is going to get some good value here. Get this final gen cranked out. No reason to run potential energy. Looks like they might be on Jane. Nope, he's on us. Ooh, that's a big old no-ed. Guys, stop healing. Stop healing. It's a no-ed. Woogie, woogie, woogie. So I was hoping that flashlight was gonna land. As far as where no-ed is, I don't see it, which is a good thing. That means that ideally it's further out. You need to drop that pallet. What? Eh? I was confused. They have like 60 seconds or so to find it and unhook me, or one of the survivors who's fresh could trade, giving us a full 2 minutes to find it, but a lot of survivors aren't going to be that altruistic, and he is camping pretty heavily, so it's unlikely to happen, but an outside the realm possibility as well. Artifacts. Oh, no, it was not Artifacts, that was the knight himself. Does he pick? If he picks, that gives us time for the unhook. Oh, wow. Alright, he did not go for me. And it looks like they have yet to find no-ed. The aura should be getting bigger and bigger. So we should be able to see it. I'm only surprised they haven't. But now's the time to find it, as the survivor on the ground has a full 2 minutes on hook. So let's see if we can find it. In the meanwhile, see if we can save them. Don't waste any time healing until then. I have not seen it on my rounds. Oh, that's discouraging. The knight does not chase me. The guy got chased by the assassin. That's less than ideal. Oh, sorry, it's the jailer. I think they can escape if they just play the smart and run forward. Where is this Noed? What is going on? There it is. There it is. Oh, shit. Alright, at least she can go for the unhook now. I can start on the exit gate. At least on the bright side there with resilience. This means I need to leave, though. Really unfortunate I chased back into this area. He's hunted now. Oh my god, he's running towards me! Get the pal stun, get the pal stun. Flashlighted as well. Thankfully doesn't see nor hear me. We love that. So now we can go back to the exit gate, which did seem to get opened. Oh no, that's a different one. I didn't realize where the other exit gate was. We are good. But GG, well played to the night. Good stuff, though. Good stuff all around. It was Hubris, Sloppy, Noed, and Fearmonger. Honestly, didn't even realize the Fearmonger, to be completely honest there. But I think that there actually is going to end our night. With that being said, guys, as always, if you did enjoy the show and aren't already, make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, though, also check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help your kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 10 p.m. CST. Bye-bye!